E3 2018 has come and gone, and arguably the most decisive presser of the event was Nintendo. A lot of people had their eyes on Nintendo. What were they going to do? What were they going to show off for the Nintendo Switch? And what we would see from the company. But unfortunately, a lot of people felt like it was a bit of a disappointment. You could look all around you. Social media, YouTube. We got people like Urcha Gaming. Oh, it sucked. You got Wood Hawker. Oh, I didn't really like it. You got some idiot RGT 85. Oh, it was a bit of a disappointment. Well, I digress. But anyways, while the E3 presentation for Nintendo was a bit of a disappointment, that's just the actual presentation. It seems like a lot of people are taking things from this presentation and taking them out of context, taking out of context the year 2018 and beyond for the Nintendo Switch. Oh, too many ports, too much this, too much that, where are the new games? But when you actually look at it, when you actually break everything down, I think the Nintendo Switch is in an absolutely fantastic position for 2018 and beyond. So pretty much in this video, that's what we're gonna do. I'm here to calm your fears. Everyone's worrying about Nintendo and the Switch again like it's the Wii U era. Stop it! There's so much positivity going on right now with this system that maybe this E3 presentation doesn't even matter. So sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and stop worrying about Nintendo Switch's E3.
Hey, RGT 85. Hey, Sean.
Oh my God, it's Stevie Richards!
So in case you missed Nintendo's presentation for E3 2018 and for some reason did not watch my recap video on it, I will very briefly go over what they showcased. They showcased a game called Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and then there was this game called Smash Brothers, and then they showed another game called Smash Brothers, and then Smash Brothers was also there as well. There was a lot of Smash Brothers, but there was also some other cool stuff. We saw games like Super Mario Party, and we saw Project Octopath once again. We saw a new game, Daemon X Machina, which is a 2019 release that actually looks really cool and is absolutely blowing me away. There was a lot of stuff. There was even some cool stuff like Fortnite dropping on the Nintendo Switch for free, which I've become obsessed with, and of course Paladins releasing as well. So all in all, there was something for everyone, I feel, during this presentation. I think a lot of the negative connotation definitely comes from the amount of Smash Brothers that we saw, because some people just aren't in love with Smash Brothers. Some people wanted to see Bayonetta 3, Metroid Prime 4, honestly, myself included. But like I said, that's just the E3 presentation itself. Presentations are not indicative of features of the system. Presentations are not indicative of success of the system. It is simply just a presentation. You could have the greatest stuff in the world, but if you present it in a way that doesn't resonate with people and doesn't resonate with gamers, it's not going to come off well. So people sort of take these negative connotations. But like I said, when you actually look at the Nintendo Switch, I don't know why people are even worried about things right now, because the Nintendo Switch is really in the best position for 2018, and that may blow you away by me saying that, but I can simply prove it. Now, first off, let's talk about the stock market thing. Everyone's talking about how after Nintendo's E3 presentation, their stocks took a dive, and I'm like, okay. Do you people even know how stocks really work? First and foremost, have you ever read an investor's briefing from Nintendo of Japan where people are talking to Nintendo about their stocks for the game? It's absolutely ludicrous. These people don't even know what they're investing in, as is what happens with a lot of stocks. You put money into a stock account or a stock firm, and the stock firm pretty much divvies it up in what they feel are appropriate things. Yes, you can invest directly into Nintendo, but people buying low and selling high, getting rid of their stocks, is not a huge deal, especially when Nintendo stock was at an all-time high very recently. So yes, it did go down, but like anything, it'll go down and it'll come back up. Look, people, we're video gamers here. We're not stock market analysts. If we were, we would be on Wall Street making real money instead of sitting on YouTube talking about video games. Let's be honest. But aside from the stock market thing, one of the big things, of course, was the fact that the 2018 lineup is pretty much just Smash Brothers, Pokémon, or Mario Party, and Project Octopath. Those are 4 Nintendo Switch exclusive games that have been revealed and been announced already. And a lot of people are like, well, is that enough? Is that going to sell enough Switches? First off, we have Pokémon and Smash Brothers. I don't know if you realized how big these franchises are, but Pokémon is kind of a big deal. And yes, it's been a bit split in the audience with, oh, I wanted a more traditional Pokemon game. This looks more like a spin-off game. Look, people, it really doesn't matter. This is the first time that a somewhat traditional mainline Pokemon game has been on a home console. If you think that this game isn't going to sell well, you're absolutely crazy. It's going to sell like hotcakes, and Smash Brothers is really just the icing on the cake. The reach of Smash Brothers and the fact that they're putting in all the original characters, every character that's ever been in a Smash Brothers game, plus putting in new characters, plus the game looks absolutely gorgeous, is more than enough for 2018. But if you really want to talk about 2018 and exclusives, we really just need to look at the PS4 and the Xbox One as far as what's coming out for exclusives for them. Do you realize that there is only one exclusive coming out for the PS4 and one exclusive coming out for the Xbox One for the remainder of 2018? And the Xbox One's exclusive is really a limited range in my opinion with Forza Horizon 4. Yeah, it's a great looking game and racing games are fun, but that is literally the one exclusive. The PlayStation 4 fares much better. They have Spider-Man, which is going to be an awesome game. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. But literally everything else coming out to the PS4 and the Xbox One is a multi-platform. Once again, there are tons of great games coming out. Games like Red Dead Redemption 2, Fallout 76, big blockbuster games that are going to sell really well and be very profitable for those companies. But when you really think about it, are these the sort of system drivers that these systems really need? The PlayStation 4 pretty much is at its apex, it's at its peak. The Xbox One, really everything comes out in 2019 for the Xbox One. There's a lot of PlayStation 4 stuff coming out for the PS4 in 2019. You've got games like Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2. For the Xbox One, you have a new Gears and a new Halo. And it's like, okay, but what about 2018? When it comes to exclusive games, folks, the Nintendo Switch has the most exclusive games already in 2018 for the rest of the year. And a lot of people are downplaying that and not realizing that. And you have to remember, exclusives do help sell consoles. You have to have a reason to want to get into that console. The Xbox One's biggest problem is the lack of exclusives, and that's why it's not really selling well as the PS4, I should say. If that was the case, the Xbox One X would be one of the best-selling systems of all time because of all this power and the best way to play your third-party games. But unfortunately, the first-party games aren't really there. And you might be saying to yourself, well, RGT 85, you just talked about Halo and Gears of War for 2019, Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, The Last of Us 2 for 2019 for the PS4. Big heavy hitter games. How is Nintendo going to do anything with that? Did we forget all the other games that we know are coming in 2019 from Nintendo? Yes, Yoshi was a no-show at E3 2018 because now it's been delayed until 2019. Don't like Yoshi? How about Daemon X Machina, a brand new first-party IP? Don't like mech games? What about Metroid Prime 4, arguably one of the biggest first-person adventure games of all time, and the first time we have seen Metroid in full HD on an HD console. And then there's Bayonetta 3. There are so many games for the Nintendo Switch in 2019 that we already know about. That's not even including the surprises. That's not even including the new stuff that we don't know about that will be coming. But really the biggest thing that we need to take away from Nintendo's E3 event is honestly, I don't think Nintendo really cares about E3 anymore. Because let's face it, the whole world of gaming has really shifted with online stuff and so many media outlets and so many YouTubers and vloggers and different people out there that are able to cover video games. A traditional format like E3 is almost becoming a bit obsolete. I think the real draw to E3 is the ability to play these games on the show floor and play them when they are first announced. But as far as the coverage of these things go, does Nintendo even really care? Look at some of these Nintendo Directs we've had. Compare Nintendo's E3 presentation from last year, 2017, to some of the Directs. Now, there was a ton of stuff in Nintendo's E3 presentation of 2017, but that was a lot of stuff that was just sort of announced. You know, oh, we're working on Bayonetta 3. We're working on Metroid Prime 4. Some of the biggest third-party games on the Nintendo Switch were actually announced and revealed during a Direct. Games like Doom. Doom was arguably one of the best third-party games of 2017 on the Nintendo Switch. It was just mentioned in a Nintendo Direct and revealed in a Nintendo Direct and then released like 2 months later. So a lot of people are worried about third-party games because games like Fallout 76, Red Dead Redemption 2 are not coming to the Nintendo Switch. And I get that, but you are still getting a lot of third-party games this holiday season. Team Sonic Racing, FIFA 19, NBA 2K19, a lot of JRPGs are coming to the system. And once again, that's just stuff we know about. So really, I think people are just freaking out over Nintendo's E3 presentation and taking too much of it to heart. Yes, I was disappointed in their presentation, but that's just in the actual presentation. It's not in the console itself. If anything, I've been playing my Switch more after E3 than I was leading up to E3 with games like Fortnite and Paladins and Ys 8 on the horizon. We still have Crash Bandicoot. We still have Wolfenstein 2 at the end of this month. That's just this month. July, we have Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Like, there's a lot of games coming out. Project Octopath in July. You're gonna be fine. You can't play all of these games. There's a reason why I didn't play and review Crash Bandicoot and Wolfenstein 2 last year, because there was just too many games. And really, when you look at 2018 for the PS4 and the Xbox One, with all of these third-party releases, is there gonna be enough to go around? A game like Wolfenstein 2 was one of the highest rated games of 2017, yet it did not do very well in sales on the PS4 and the Xbox One simply because of competition. Every gamer can't play every game. You have Battlefield 5, Call of Duty, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Just Cause 4. There's going to be some casualties with some of these games, folks, and the Nintendo Switch will be there to say, hey, you want to put a late port on our system? That's okay. People probably missed that game in the first place. So everyone, stop worrying. Calm down. Everything is going to be fine. Take your finger off the panic button. Everything's going to be cool. Everything is going to be cool. The Nintendo Switch is in a fantastic position. 2018 is going to be great for the system and beyond. It's okay to be negative about things with Nintendo because it's being realistic. You don't want to be positive all the time. But in the same breath, you have to look at the bigger picture and the bigger scope. And honestly, the bigger scope is very, very bright for the Nintendo Switch. So those are just my thoughts on this situation. I'd like to know your thoughts in the comment section down below, though. Are you satisfied with Nintendo's 2018 lineup when you look at it versus other exclusives on the other platforms? Do you think that Nintendo is still in a good position? And of course, thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. I'm pretty much done with E3. I didn't even plan on doing this video, but it was just something that was bothering me. I was seeing it online and just looking at things online. I started piecing stuff together and it was just like, people are worrying way too much about this thing. And as always, if you really enjoyed this video, check out all the links in the description box down below. We got Patreon, t-shirts, social media, all sorts of ways to keep up to date with the ever-growing world of RGT 85, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Later.
RGT!